I hope we're live. Can everybody see me? Okie dokie, artichoke. Alright, so, sorry. Sorry, I was having some technical difficulties. I don't know if my Wi Fi went down or if I just forgot my Wi Fi password, but anyway. So we're working on this cover again. Gonna try and finish it up. I really just sort of need to finish the dress part down through here. And maybe just a few changes and whatnot. But yeah, that's what we're doing. Just a little disclosure up front. Um, I cannot live stream as long as I had planned to tonight, so we're not going to get to the alien cover. Um, uh, Turns out I'm going to have to uh, make an unexpected trip. So anyway, um, but yeah, let's do some Death Watch. Let me turn on pencils here. No, wrong there. Okay. Just keep my pencils in the background. And then I have not sketched out any of the folds in this. So let's do that now. So sorry I haven't been here. I've been on vacation in Japan, and then I came home and on December 18th, my uncle passed away, and then it was Christmas, and then we drove down after Christmas, after New Year's, and had Uncle Pat's funeral, and now I am back up here, uh, just getting caught up on stuff. I finished a book with Jimmy and Alex. Hopefully that'll be coming out pretty soon. Watch for that news on Paper Films, and that's Jimmy and Amanda's imprint. I'll let him. I'll let him do all the announcements on that, so I don't accidentally say something I shouldn't. I just finished up a commission. You know, I could actually show off the commission. Where's that at? Let's see. Allison, hello. I don't know if. Let's see. This might be too small on this tiny little camera. I wonder if I could do one. Anyway, it's basically the cover for Legions of Bat #3, the incentive cover. But this is a concept that didn't get approved. Let's see if I can get that up there. Instead of Larry the Plant driving, that's Catwoman driving. So that's anyway. Got that finished up, and should get that out in the mail to Steve ASAP. But I might have to make a trip and then mail it. So Steve, if you're watching, you know what happens, buddy. Anyway, and then I wanted to start the new year with a sort of a rededicated effort towards social media and connecting with my fans. There's a lot of new stuff that we're going to be trying this year. We have a tentative date for our first Whatnot sale next Saturday. Depending on how things go with this trip that I'm about to take, I might need to put it off for a week or so. But hopefully that'll be happening. We're waiting to hear back from some of our conventions. So as soon as I know, I'll try and update the my link tree with all my convention dates for 2023. Right now, the only thing that we are rock solid confirmed for is Amazing Las Vegas in April. So that's my hometown show, Las Vegas. So if you're going to be going to Amazing Vegas, let me know, and we will see you there. I want to do more commissions this year than I did last year, but I want to sort of change things up a bit. So commission list is not open, but I am taking suggestions. What's the oh dang, Allison? Just all the crazy stuff that's happening. Let's see here. I haven't looked at this in a while. I'm gonna make a little few changes here. I'm gonna come in here and I'm just gonna change this up. Wrong layer. Let's undo. Let's go back to this. When you draw, you have to see. Yeah, it's been a hot minute. It's been a hot minute. Yeah, it all started when I went to Japan. I hadn't planned on it, but I've always wanted to go. And so when I got the invite, I'd been invited before, but it always conflicted with finals and with my commitments at UVU. But since I'm on a leave of absence, I was finally able to go. So when they asked me, I just packed up my bags and went to Japan for 3 weeks. Did about 5 days of work and about 4 days of travel and about 2 weeks of just seeing as much of Japan as I absolutely could. Had a great time. Um, yeah, I'm liking that better already. So yeah, you'll notice that in my reference plane, I just went to Pinterest and grabbed a dress that was sort of similar to the dress that I, had basically imagined. Before, this has almost all been just just me drawing. I did have a reference photo uh, for sort of the pose, but I use reference very loosely. Sometimes I think people that are a little too strict on their reference can make things look stale. Um, there you go. That's good. Jared's in. Nobody's illusions in. Um, welcome everybody. Yeah, so welcome back. I hope to make this a more regular thing. I might have to figure out how to do it from my laptop, which might be for an old man. That might be a tall order. But I just want to make a few changes here. There we go. I like that. Can't talk and draw at the same time. You can tell when things get serious because I have to slow down and think about what I'm doing. And then got like some heavy lines right there. Okay. Alright, so I just added a few lines. Let's see, hold on, let's make sure. Let's draw this line through. Yeah, we need to erase this out. Yeah, I wish I could claim that the pose was mine too, but I'm pretty sure that, lots of times I just sort of scan Pinterest and find things that inspire me, and then oh, I think and for whatever reason my pencil is not my right pencil. There we go. All right, so just bring that in just a little. Okay, and that way it looks. So the whole reason why I did that is because basically the way I drew the anatomy as if she wasn't wearing clothes. Um, and when you wear clothes, your body, your contours are going to be different. So uh, anyway, it was looking like I drew it naked because I probably drawing it from my imagination. I just always go off of anatomy studies first, um, and now I uh, wanted to make it look like her body's in a dress and not body painted on the top and dress on the bottom. So anyway, there we go. All right, I'm just trying to keep up with chat too. So one of the things we're also planning on doing this year, besides Whatnot Sales, is Erica is going to join me on some of the live streams, and she's going to read comments from Facebook and things like that, because no matter what we've tried, we can't get those features to basically work. Um, Not without me spending hours upon hours on video watching and troubleshooting. Plus, I think I do a little bit better when there's someone to interact with. So hopefully that'll make the live streams a little bit more interesting. Plus, Erica is the same age as some of my college students. And so it's always good to have uh, another perspective. You're not just in an echo chamber talking to yourself going crazy. So Erica should be joining us in future ones. And then also, I was talking about commissions. So I want to start doing commissions, but I want to do commissions that are just a little bit more involved. I want to stay away from like basically the same type of commissions I've been doing for a while now. Let me apply this. Think. Merge mask. There we go. Okay. All right. So now that I got that in, let's go back to this layer. And holding lines multiply. That'll be what I want to use. And let's get this in. So anyway, I'm thinking, I don't know how I'm going to handle commissions that way. I don't know if like I'm just going to draw it and then see if people like it and sell it on Whatnot. But at the same time, and if people want like a Harley or an Ivy, I have no problem doing that. But what I get a little bit fatigued with when it comes to commissions is just headshot after headshot after headshot, or tiny drawing after tiny drawing after tiny drawing. I want to do some big pieces that just require a little bit more thought and effort. Hold on one sec. But I also recognize that when I do something like that, it's hard to recover the actual money, because if you spend, time is money, and if you're trying to do it quick, um, you're not going to get the artistic results you want. So it's a little bit of a juggling act, but I'm going to see if I can't figure out a way to basically churn out some super killer commissions um, that I'm happy with artistically and that people can afford. So chances are what I'll do is, some of the ideas I'm toying around with, and if people don't like this, let me know. Oh yeah, Jared, I do know that. I just it helps if, because Erica's here, she can like look at my Facebook page. Um, but yeah, if you see something on Facebook and I'm not responding to it, go ahead and throw it out. But anyway, So we'll figure something out. I don't know if I'll basically just maybe like create a few slots, um, where maybe I have like people sponsor the commission. Maybe we do it. Oh, and speaking about goals for 2023, I really want to revamp my Patreon. So it's basically Death Watch Central. I'm going to be posting uh, vertical comics there that you can scroll through and try and get a little bit of a fan base. Excuse me one sec. I need to swap out that eraser. Try to get a little bit of a fan base going through my Patreon, which never really served a true purpose until I think if I use it as a place to basically put out all my work for Death Watch, it'll be a way that I can connect with fans and not be so distant, and then also create something that's a little bit original. So you're not just seeing, like high res versions of what I'm posting on social media. I'll keep my social media for like fan art and Marvel DC stuff. But when it comes to like Death Watch stuff, we're gonna turn it over to Patreon and really make sure that we have some good reward systems there. Help build the hype for the book. Now that I'm done with Jimmy's project, I'm hoping to get Death Watch finished up here within like the next couple of weeks, and then we're gonna solicit it to Lunar, and then we're gonna get to work on the special edition. So a lot of stuff's gonna be cranking out here. I keep hitting something. I don't know if it's like the new OS update, but I keep something's hitting with my hand, shooting my canvas in Procreate. You see that? How it sort of jiggles when I do that? It's like my favorite. A bigger brush for it because of the texture. So Allison, here That's a great question. So let's go in here. So the first thing I always basically start with like a Procreate brush, and then the first thing I do is I duplicate it. So if I mess up, oh, hold on, wait, okay, this isn't recent. Let's go into imported. So we can come in here, duplicate the brush, so you always have a copy of the original. You don't accidentally mess it up. But you can come in here and go into, let's see. Let's see. Okay, so basically there's your shape right there. And that's an image source. So what you'll need to do is you'll need to actually come in here. Let's do edit. And then you'll need to size this up and import it in. Or you can get rid of it altogether. Like if you don't want the grit, you can just say, let's try source library. They should just have like a straight color like right up top. Huh. Import. I wonder if they just updated everything with Procreate and the iPad. So there's our one. Let's see if we can't just find one that's. Huh. I must be hitting the wrong one. Let's see. Maybe import a file? No. That's not it. I could have swore shape source, grain source. Okay. Oh, so I was thinking about the grain source, switching it to black. Yeah, so looks like if you want to just make that larger, take this uh, image and physically create a larger image and then save that and then import it as a photo, and it should be able to size up your brush. Let me see if that's Megalodork says hi. How we doing, Megalodork? Alrighty. Alright, so let's go back to drawing here real quick. Make sure we're on the right layer. I moved some of these lines, so I need to make sure that they connect again. I actually created a really nice inking brush the other day and then somehow deleted it without saving it, and I'm a little bit heartbroken because I used it for the last half of Jimmy's book, and it was like a nice mix between the holding lines and like my feather inker, so it gave it a little bit more of an inked look, but also still sketchy. It's really great for some of the detail. Like the one thing I don't like about the holding lines is it's basically built for bigger lines. That's about as here. I guess we can try and go smaller. That's about as small as the line gets before it basically gets to the point where you have to draw over it 2 or 3 times, and you don't want to do that. That'll cost you time. So, um, what was cool about the other brush is it laid down a much more opaque line, especially if you're going to do fills and things like that from the bucket tool. And I don't know what I did to make it. I just made it. I used it, and then somehow accidentally deleted it. I don't know how I accidentally deleted it either. I used it for like an entire book. I don't know if the brush setting changed, and all of a sudden like it changed. Just default changed the settings on my brush. I'm not sure. I I have no idea what you're talking about. Huh. Okay. Anywho, let's finish this dress. I mean, really, I think that's pretty much. Once we finish that dress, I just got a little bit of cape folds in Dracula or Count Darius. Sorry, gonna get a sued, Jared. Also, guys, if anyone here is on if anyone's on whatnot, let me know. Let me know what you'd like to see me offer there. I was thinking about um, doing commissions, remarks, um, hard to find comics, and even stuff that I have that's CGC that I'm just trying to offload. I got a New Mutants 98 at a 9.6 here, and I'm thinking I should start selling it now, and that way that will probably buy me another month's worth of drawing on Death Watch. Doing a little bit of drop shadow. Yeah. Also, I've been watching TV in the background while I draw, and one of the shows that I've been watching is the new Game of Thrones, and I think I like it better than the original Game of Thrones. I mean, I miss Tyrion. I miss some of the characters. I think a lot of these characters are um, they're more stiff, but I also think that I think it's a little bit crazier because it's all I don't know. I guess I should say spoiler alert, but it's all the same family. Like Game of Thrones is like families versus other families. This is like family against itself with dragons, ginormous, crazy dragons. It's a lot of fun. I didn't think I'd like it, and now I'm hooked. And then also Last of Us. Let's see. It's good. I will vouch for it. It's good. Last of Us was also very impressive too. It's got I keep forgetting the name of the actress from Fringe. I wasn't expecting to see her in there. And then also it's got the Mando. Let me get rid of this. Okay, so I've got enough of the dress sort of laid down in here. I'm gonna go ahead and turn off my rough layers. So I'm just looking at the lines that I actually have laid down. And let's come in here and let's do a little bit of change up on the shadows here. Yeah, it's really good. So far so good. It's only one episode, but probably one of the best intros. Um, like one of the most chilling intros that I've seen on a horror movie. I really dug the way they sort of set up the universe. Um, I did watch my son play the game a lot before he left to go in the Navy, so I know a lot about the game. I guess as much as anyone can without actually playing it. So it'll be interesting to see like how faithful it is to the storyline, but it definitely has a different feel than Walking Dead. So like if you have a little bit of Walking Dead fatigue, don't worry, it's different enough that it should keep your attention. Yeah. So far so good. Yeah, dress is coming along nice. So it looks like I'm just sort of gauging what's happening in the dress on the photo reference, and then trying to make it look like it's going to do the same in the drawing. Looks like we have sort of like a mid seam right here. It looks like there's a little bit of I'm gonna get rid of this. Yeah, sometimes the best thing you can do with, I mean, and often with comics, this isn't an option. You usually only get like a day or two to do these things, and then, you know, and then you have an editor like calling you, like wanting to know where the heck the file is, and it's like complete bedlam. Mark Brooks had a really funny post about that on Facebook this morning about his new White Queen cover for X-Men, and how a Friday deadline usually translates into a, you know, there's no difference between a Friday afternoon and a Monday morning deadline. But in this case, there was. Anyway, but yeah, it's funny how art, like, all artists basically think the same. It's like they try and figure out what the real deadline is, and like what's, you know, what's basically like a padded deadline. And apparently he made a miscalculation on that cover, and what he thought was the padded deadline was the drop dead deadline. But he had a really good attitude about it, and the artwork's incredible. All right, I'm not liking something over here. I need to figure out what it is. Maybe just a little bit too much repetition, and let's come in here and just break that. Have it go a different way and see if we don't like that better. Sometimes repetitious lines are good for making patterns, but if they're too similar, it can make your composition a little bit boring. Anyway, like I said, I can't view any comments on Facebook, but I can read them later. So if you guys have ideas for like what you'd like to see during me draw during the live streams, whether that be, you know, new art prints, I thought about maybe doing a make some stickers live stream. I think that'd be fun. But yeah, Jared, thank you for stopping by, buddy. You know what? I think I found out what I don't like. I think I don't like that right there. You know what? I should. You know, and that's another thing. Is this a bad time? If it were- yeah, I thought Thursday would be better than Friday. I think we've been doing it on Friday for a while. Um, but yeah, I guess everyone's eating dinner. Probably not the best time to have a live stream. I'm going to do a little bit of what I call rounding, and that's just adding value in around the edges to help things appear like they're curving. And I think I got a little too heavy handed here. Let's go back. This is one of the things I love about working digitally is how easy you can do any type of like push pull method. We had a guest artist come speak at UVU, and he says iPads aren't good. They don't make for good drawings. They make for good erasings. And I think he didn't mean it in a complimentary way, but it's actually really true. True. One of the advantages to the iPad is just how much editing you can do. But one of the mistakes in that is that if the mistakes aren't painful, you don't really remember the lesson. So you got to be a little bit more conscious when you woo, see that, a little bit of palm recognition there. You got to be a little bit more conscious and take note of what you're doing, and that way you're able to repeat. Okay, I like that. Good. Let's get this a little bit dark. You can repeat the technique over and over again until it becomes part of your process. JD Smith. Can always count on JD to come in here and rock the house. I'm not going to repeat what he said. Get banned from Twitch. Oh, and there's my wife. Hey, hon, what's up?
Um, it's we're ready. It's
Okay.
5:47.
Alrighty, guys. Well, I wish I could say I could stay longer, but I will finish this up on my own. I will let you take a look at it next week when it's all the way done. Um, it might be a cover for multiple things. It's definitely going to be on the cover of Death Watch. Uh, might be the cover for Art of Chad Harden Volume 4. Like I said, we have a lot of stuff planned for 2023. 2023 is going to be my comeback year into comics. Um, we're going to... I don't plan on returning to teaching at UVU. I plan on sticking it out as a freelancer, which means I'm back in comics full time, which I haven't been in 6 years. So, um, anyway, uh, I have a lot of big stuff planned, and it's all, at least for the next 3 months. I worked up a tiny little nest egg. I got 3 months to make Death Watch profitable. So, and we're gonna give it the old college try. So anyway, join in, help spread the word, like and share, all that good stuff. Look for constant updates because, like I said, I don't want to I don't want to go back to teaching. So we're gonna try and make that. We're gonna try and make this work. Um, and not that I have anything against DC and Marvel, but if I can be my own boss, I'd rather be my own boss than go back to work for a big publisher. So we're gonna make this. We're gonna give this the old college try. Come back next week, see the finished product, and we're gonna work on next week maybe some live commissions. Um, I want to do. I have a piece in my head for Ripley and Aliens, and I got to get it out. So um, I was gonna do a little bit of that, but time's short. I gotta drive down to Southern Nevada tonight. So I'm gonna get going before the storm gets too bad. Anyway, everybody, peace out. Be good. And sorry this was a short live stream, but we will be back next week. Hopefully, same bat time, same bat channel. And